All right, Shalom, brothers and sisters in this room. Your brother Moata, the one coming to you again with another lesson, Lord willing. This will be edifying to those of you who are tuning in. And the title of this lesson today is They Will Be Us Women. I repeat again, they will be us women. And now the inspiration that came to me and doing this was, I got contacted the other day from some ex co-workers of mine when I was in the service, and they're a little bit kind of like, well, how come you got out and all the other stuff like that. I didn't go into any details about it, but from dealing with them in the past, they all believe that the U.S. has this service that cannot be stopped by any other nation on this earth. Now we can go into the scripture and we can see that this is going to be destroyed by a particular nation, and I'll mention it later when we go on, as the elders, teachers, and apostles of Great Millstone and all the other brothers I've mentioned many times before. We know what the end result is going to be of this war that's going to be coming. But before we get started, I'd like to give all glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash, double honor to teachers, elders, and apostles of Great Millstone, also to you brothers that are putting on this truth faithfully, fearlessly, feeding the sheep, and you brothers and sisters that are tuning in, Shalom. Let's start off with the book of Jeremiah 50, down verse 34. And it says, the Redeemer is strong. The Lord, Yahweh Shai of hosts, is his name. He shall thoroughly plead their cause, that he may give rest to the land, and disquiet the inhabitants of Babylon. Now let's take a look at this word disquiet, okay, which is Disquuiet, and this is the word disquiet. And it means a feeling of anxiety or worry. Okay. Now we are in that stage right now where there's a lot of anxiety and worry that's going on. Now, mostly this worry is coming in the form of what? The current, tribulation that's starting to brew up right here in Great Babylon, America, with hyperinflation coming real soon. But there's a greater worry that's an anxiety that's going to be coming real soon, is when this war that's going on, or this proxy war that's going on with Russia and Ukraine, expands globally, okay, and American troops have to get involved with this, okay. Now let's continue here. It says, a sword is upon the Chaldeans, said the Lord, Yahweh Shai, and upon the inhabitants of Babylon, which we know here is America, okay, and upon her princes and upon the wise men. So see, there's not going to be escape for anybody here. Now we do know the elites, okay, the people who are the ones who actually put us into slavery, they're going to escape this only to become the first fruit of slavery during the 1,000-year reign of Yahushua Mashiach, okay, at which at the conclusion all Edomites will be rounded up and put to death. And it says, a sword is upon the liars, which we know the Edomite, the so-called white man, are liars, and they shall doubt. A sword is upon her mighty man, which is their military, and they shall be dismayed. Because why? Once they actually go up against these nations that are actually capable of defending themselves and fighting back, they're going to be shocked, okay? And stay tuned with this. I have a lot of pictures here. And it said, a sword is upon their horses, upon their chariots, and upon all mingled people that are in the midst of her, and they should become as women. A sword is upon her treasures, and they shall be robbed. So the same way the Edomite have gone around, particularly America has gone around setting up embargoes, it's false diplomacy, these embassies that are set up all in these nations to bring in their philosophies and way of life, which is an abomination in these nations, and forcing them to comply. The same thing is going to happen to America, okay? Great Babylon, America, okay? Known as the headquarters of the Edom queendom, okay? Now, let's go into the root cause of this, why these men are becoming like women, okay? Take a look at this picture here. You see what? Okay? Men and women are on a scale as equal, okay? Now, we know in the scriptures, okay, and in righteousness, that a woman is not equal to a man. A woman is created for a man, okay? But that's not the way it is here in Great Babylon, America. As you can see here, what's been pushing right now. Women rights, women can do whatever they want with their body. They can dress like a whore. They can smack their man around like that, be disrespectful to the man, whatever the case like that. And this has become the norm in society right now. And the man has also bowed down and complied. Why? Because there's no righteousness in this land, okay? And that's why you are seeing these households are now falling apart right now. And these women are about to experience hell in this place, because you see, what they don't understand is that what? The prison system is now letting out a lot of these rapists, criminals, these murderers out of the system behind while everybody's being distracted with headlines that don't add no value to anybody's life. Okay. And these women are going to find out. So you can see here, there's this spirit of sodomy here in Great Babylon, America. Okay, so now this is what's causing that, because this isn't only something that you see in the public right now. Okay, this is actually made its way into the military, into the to the service. Okay, and now in the service, this is compliance 101 in the service, where the service members are now innovated, okay, to accept sodomy. Okay, this transformer type lifestyle here, where a man can now call himself a girl, and a girl can now call herself a man. Okay, and this is now inside the military. Now let's go back into this. Okay, now I just mentioned, I just read from the book of Jeremiah 50, down verse 34. Okay, and it talked about what? That the Lord Yahweh Shemi Ashai, the Lord of hosts, who's a man of war, not some brown eye, brown hair, blue eye, hippie looking guy that does accept everything, that's going to walk down the street high fiving wicked people. No, no, this is the man. This is our God. Our power is a man of war. Now the U.S. have had over the last, let's go in the last 50 years, the U.S. have enjoyed, okay, going against what? Weak nations, okay, fighting against the weak nations. Now you take a look at this here. This is from Mogadishu. Now take out the high tech military, U.S. military gear, and you take a look at the low tech military gear of these, skinny 110-pound soldiers, okay, from Mogadishu. They don't even have really an armed force, really, to be honest with you, okay. Yet still, they were able to take out a special force unit, okay, take out a special force unit. Now they had a great loss, but that shows you that people, even with sticks and stones, are willing to go up against oppression. Okay, so how much more so when you have a nation like the Medes, which I'm going to be bringing up, okay, going up against a nation that wants to oppress it, through embargoes and trying to destroy its way of life, and trying to force it down, its you know democracy, or what they false democracy upon them. Okay, but yes, so you see this nation, these skinny people took out the special forces. This is what happened in Mogadishu, and they made a movie called Black Hawk Down, and everybody cried because they felt bad for the special forces like that. If you actually sat back and sit down and think about that, you should be crying, because you will realize, yeah, you have a very feminine military. I mean, if those combatants can take them out like that, imagine what happens when this place go against a real nation. Okay, now take a look here. This is what's currently going on here in the military force right now. Okay, this is a feminized spirit. I mean, take a look at this shit, man. Okay, let's go into the book of Jeremiah. This is the book of Jeremiah 51 and 30. And it's down verse 28, it's like here. And it says, prepare against her the nations with the kings of the Medes. Now, who's the Medes? Is the modern day Russia. Okay, so now you don't have the USSR anymore. You two have is just Russia, the Medes. Okay, and it says the captain thereof and all the rulers thereof and all the land of his dominion. And the land shall tremble and sorrow, for every purpose of the Lord Yahweh Shemi Hawashai shall be performed against Babylon. That's great Babylon, America. This place is scripturally and prophetically going to be destroyed. That's what you people need to understand. There's no hope here. I don't care what the hell is going on in your life. Remember, every day you are going to die here if you are not part of the hopefully elect, or part of the elect of Israel. Okay, plain and simple. That means if you are another nation, the other 17 nations that are here, you're going to die, and that is fact. Okay, and it says to make the land of Babylon a desolation without an inhabitant. The mighty man of Babylon have fallen to fight. Yeah, see, Esau was what? Esau was a cunning hunter. Okay, Cain was a murderer. That's where Esau came from Cain. Okay, and Esau developed all these. What? Remember, he was given the fatness of the earth. Okay, to go conquer with the sword. Okay, and that's what he's done. So they're fighting. Okay, but who have they actually fought against? And we take a look. Take a look at this picture right here. You can see here. This is the list of all the bombings that the United States have done. Okay, now if you take a look at those lists, and if you were to look at the 12 tribe chart, you would see that many of the countries and nations where the Hebrew Israelites are at are on this list. Look at these. These are all poor countries, man. Cambodia, Guatemala, Grenada, okay, El Salvador, Nicaragua, okay, Panama. Okay, take a look at it. These are all these countries. These nations happen to have people that have what, dark skin or brown skin. Okay, dark skin nations. You don't see anywhere on here where these Edomites are going against another powerhouse like another Edomite nation. Okay. Now, during World War II, that was the case. But after World War, okay, there's been kind of monopoly of this, this nuclear capability, and also where they've had, you had the Soviet bloc, and then you had the NATO nations and all those like that. Okay, and what they've done, if they've sat at the table many times to try to hold peace, and they're trying to keep this peace, because why? They all both know what they're each capable of. In the meantime, this greedy nation there, the U.S., okay, Great Babylon America, has gone around and spread wrath across this earth. Okay. Let's continue, and it says, the mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. Okay, they're born fighting. They like to fight and murder and kill. They have remained in their holes. Their might had failed. They became as women. They have burned her dwelling place. Her bars are broken. Now, see, okay, air superiority is one thing the United States have, dropping bombs. They kill kids, kill women, non-combatants. This is the comment, okay? And these service members would tell you stories of where they saw just pieces of dead babies and women all over the doggone place that were non-combatants, okay? And they cover it up. Now, some of it came in the news, but you know what? They cover up over 95% of it. So the atrocities of this great wicked queendom is stupendous. I mean, it's unimaginable because you just really don't want to sit down and think about it. And nobody over here gives a crap. Why? As long as you have food, Burger King, fast food to eat, your Starbucks coffee, TV to watch, movie to go to, baseball game and football game, and all of those things going on, nobody gives a crap about anything that this doggone wicked queendom does with its military force. Now here you take a look. This is the United States military versus the Iraqi military. Now you can see the difference in the gear. Okay, again, brown skin countries that this nation goes and take care of the weak. Okay, this is the Taliban. Look at these people and take a look at the U.S. Military. Okay, and these are just a comparison of military power here that shows how this place works. Now you got Russia, which is the Medes. Okay, versus NATO power, which is going to include the United States right here. And you can see right here, the Russians, they have real men. Okay, now again, like as I read earlier, these men, the Babylonian military men are going to start to be like women. I showed you earlier on, okay, with that the man them are very sodomite in nature. That is the sodomite spirit in the U.S. military is tremendous. Okay, let's go into the book of Isaiah 14, starting verse 9. It says, hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirred up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It had raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. And they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou become weak as we? Art thou become like us unto us? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of the vials. The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut to the ground, which didst weaken the nation? And what did the Lucifer, okay, these elites, these illuminated ones do to the nations? Okay, they got them hooked on sodomy. They got them hooked on false religion, false democracy. Okay, every form of wickedness that's on this earth right there came and stemmed from the so-called white man, okay, the Edomite, okay, from America. And if you go anywhere across this earth, you will see that all of these nations are trying to imitate America. Skyscrapers, okay, you've got the rides, you've got, they celebrating the Christmas, they celebrating the Easter Bunny, Mother's Day, Father's Day, and every doggone form of wickedness they've all adopted. Okay, yes, so they're trying to hang on to what their traditional is, but their tradition isn't really in harmony with the wicked so-called white man. Okay, now you take a look at this. This is the U.S. versus Russia. Now, see, now this looks like formidable. Okay, they both have the gears on. They both are pretty strong, and this is what Yahweh Shem Yahushua is bringing forth. Okay. You can see here the comparison of the power here. Now, Russia has the most technically advanced missile system. Okay, you have the Satan II, okay, which can deploy multiple warheads all across with one target. So one missile can go up and actually hit about 40 or 50 different targets. Okay, and you have right now the Medes are now being stirred up by NATO and America. Why? Because they need this great reset. You can take a look here and see. Okay. The U.S. would not be in existence right now. Great Babylon would not be in existence if it had actually gone with war with the USSR. But that time was not supposed to happen. So that 1962, Cuban Missile Crisis, that was never going to emerge into a global conflict. Okay, Yahweh Shemai Shai has it set up for the future. Okay, because it's going to be a conglomerate of nations that's going to come against this place. Okay, so you can take a look here. On paper, the U.S. look like it has a lot more troops, and it look like it has a lot more. Machines and fighting stuff. But are they updated? Okay. And who actually is controlling this war? Okay. Who's controlling the narrative? Yahweh Shem Yahushai is controlling the narrative. Now, let's bring it here. It says USA versus Russia. Who would win? Okay. Now, you can sit down all day and you can go in an argument, especially if you're a patriot of this wicked queendom. You can argue all day that you've got the better missiles, you got more jets, you got more aircraft carrier, you had more troops, all the sophisticated satellite system like that. Okay, and you can say, well, Russia's poor, all this other crap. Now, I think now if people actually stop drinking that doggone drink, that wine, that strong wine, they realize what the deal is. Now, we understand and we can tell you who would win. Okay, let's bring it out in the book of Isaiah 13 and 17, because here is what really is going to happen to Great Babylon America. Okay, it says, this is Isaiah 13, 7, verse 15. It says, everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. All these nations that are joining with the U.S. that is going across the earth to go and scour this place, the earth, in these poor countries and that are joining the U.S. Okay, NATO and all of them, all these nations are going to fall. Okay, they just joined. They're in bed with Great Babylon America. They always go over and fight. One little small tiny nation, you have about 21 nations, 30 nations coming up against it, led by Great Babylon America. Okay, now what is I've already read scripturally that the Medes is going to do what? Come up against America and NATO in particularly, and this is what they want. But it's not going to turn the way they think it's going to go. Here's what's actually going to happen. Who would win? It says their children also should be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses should be spoiled and their wives ravished. Hey, that's the spoils of war. Okay, Esau has been doing it all the time. You go talk to any of these doggone service members, especially these Marine. They'll tell you they were raping babies as young as 3 months old, and all the women now. Okay. Oh, in Iraq and in Afghanistan, they were doing this. They do this everywhere they go. They don't even have any shame in telling you this. Okay. Them damn Edomites will sit down right there and just grin, with one buck tooth, say, yeah, I did it. It's war, man. I don't give a fuck. Okay. And they'll tell you that stuff like that. It's a sickening thing to hear, but this is what they do. So this is a spoil of war. What they did to others is going to happen to them. It says, listen to this now. Verse 17, it says, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver as for gold. They shall not delight in it. Now, this is Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is stirring up the Medes. He's prepared Russia for this. Okay, he's prepared Russia with the technology and the ability, okay, to self-sustain itself, okay, despite all these embargoes from NATO and from the United States, okay, to sustain itself, to do what? To come up against what? The friggin' United States of America, Great Babylon. Okay, Russia's symbol is the bear. United States symbol is the eagle. Okay, now in real life, you think of a bear and eagle fight, you think an eagle is going to win? An eagle can claw a bear, but eventually that bear catch him in the claw, and it's game over. And it says, their bows shall also dash a young man to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. So they're going to kill pregnant women. They don't care. Okay, that spirit, that wicked spirit, Edomite against Edomite, Egyptians against Egyptian, that's what's going to be taking place. And it says, and Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, okay, the rule over this earth, okay, the kingdom that everybody strive to be like, the beauty of the Chaldees, excellence should be as when God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. And I showed you earlier, okay, the spirit of this place is what? A very sodomite nation, okay, an abomination, okay, a vile abomination. So this is what you're looking at right here. That's who will win. Okay, Russia is going to win. Russia is prophesied to win. The United States will be destroyed by Russia. Its military is going to be destroyed. Those of you who are serving in the service right now, you are going to die in war, on the battle. This place is going to be conquered. Okay, the young men are going to be killed. The women are going to be killed. Okay. And this is what's going to be the end results of Great Babylon America here. So enjoy the last few years or the last few months or until the prophecy comes to pass, okay, when World War III kickoff of here in America. So drink as much Starbucks as you want. And you Edomites should get out there and really enjoy your queendom while you actually still have one. So Lord willing, you were edified with this. I'd like to close it by giving all glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honor to teachers, elders, and apostles of Great Millstone. Also to you brothers that are putting this truth faithfully, fearlessly feeding the sheep. And to you brothers that are tuning in. Shalom.